This is an audio summary of The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Chapter by chapter, please check the description for chapter selection. This summary is brought to you by Swagbucks. Earn $10 towards any gift card when you sign up with the QR code or link in the description below. Use Swagbucks to earn Swagbucks to get more gift cards for you, your friends, and your family. In fact, you can earn Swagbucks while you listen to this summary. Be sure to check it out. Also check the description for a link to Amazon to buy the full book. Chapter 1. In Chapter 1 of The Great Gatsby, the story begins with the introduction of the narrator, Nick Carraway. He provides details about his background and his decision to move to New York in 1922. Nick settles in a small house in West Egg, a town near Long Island, which happens to be adjacent to the grandiose mansion of a mysterious man named J. Gatsby. As Nick familiarizes himself with the area, he learns about the extravagant parties hosted by Gatsby, but remains curious about the enigmatic figure behind them. One evening, Nick receives an invitation to attend Gatsby's party, and he decides to go. The event is a spectacle, filled with opulence and excess. Nick encounters Gatsby, who seems to be well liked by the guests, yet remains somewhat distant. As the night progresses, Nick learns from various party attendees that Gatsby is rumored to have amassed his wealth through illegal activities, though the truth remains uncertain. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 delves deeper into the social dynamics of the era, as Nick accompanies his cousin Daisy's husband Tom Buchanan to the Valley of Ashes. This desolate and impoverished area lies between West Egg and New York City. Tom takes Nick to meet his mistress, Myrtle Wilson, who is married to a mechanic. Myrtle is dissatisfied with her modest life and seeks escape through her affair with Tom. Together, Tom, Nick, and Myrtle travel to an apartment Tom has rented in New York City. Here, they engage in a raucous party with a group of friends. The scene is marked by excessive drinking, crude behavior, and the flaunting of wealth. As the night progresses, tensions rise, particularly when Myrtle begins to mention Daisy and provoke Tom. The chapter ends with Tom striking Myrtle, a shocking and violent act that foreshadows the escalating tensions and tragic events to come. Chapter 3. Chapter 3 of The Great Gatsby focuses on one of Gatsby's extravagant parties. Nick attends the event, observing the opulence and extravagance that defines Gatsby's world. The party is a spectacle of excess, with countless guests indulging in alcohol and revelry. However, Nick realizes that most of the attendees have little to no personal connection with Gatsby himself. They are drawn to his parties solely for the thrill and the opportunity to indulge in the luxurious atmosphere. During the party, Nick encounters Jordan Baker, a professional golfer and acquaintance of Daisy Buchanan. As they converse, Jordan confides in Nick about an intimate conversation she had with Gatsby. According to Jordan, Gatsby is deeply infatuated with Daisy and shares a romantic history with her. This revelation further piques Nick's curiosity about Gatsby's mysterious past and his connection to Daisy. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 delves into Gatsby's past and sheds light on his rise to wealth and social prominence. Gatsby invites Nick to his mansion, where he reveals snippets of his life story. Gatsby claims to be the son of wealthy, well-respected parents from the Midwest. However, Nick remains skeptical, suspecting that Gatsby's background may be more dubious than he lets on. To substantiate his claims, Gatsby shows Nick a photograph of himself with a group of Oxford University classmates. He also introduces Nick to Meyer Wolfsheim, a shady character involved in organized crime. Gatsby tells Nick that Wolfsheim is a business associate and played a crucial role in his journey to success. These revelations further deepen the mystery surrounding Gatsby's true identity and the nature of his wealth. Additionally, Gatsby confides in Nick about his enduring love for Daisy Buchanan. He reveals that their relationship began years ago but was interrupted by the war and Daisy's subsequent marriage to Tom. Gatsby's unwavering desire to reunite with Daisy drives him to accumulate wealth and throw lavish parties, all in the hope of capturing her attention and winning her back. Chapter 5. In Chapter 5, Gatsby's obsession with Daisy intensifies as he plans a meeting with her at his mansion. Gatsby is anxious and nervous, going to great lengths to ensure everything is perfect for their reunion. He sends his gardener to buy an abundance of flowers and fruits, and he even hires a new staff to replace his current servants, as he believes they are not up to the task of hosting such an important guest. When Daisy arrives, accompanied by Nick, the atmosphere is filled with anticipation. Gatsby's emotions are palpable and he is visibly overwhelmed by the sight of Daisy. Their reunion is initially awkward but soon blossoms into a nostalgic and passionate affair. Gatsby proudly shows Daisy his extensive collection of shirts symbolizing his wealth and success. Throughout the encounter, it becomes evident that Gatsby has idealized Daisy in his mind. He believes that their love can transcend time and circumstances, despite her marriage to Tom. Daisy, too, is captivated by Gatsby's charm and the opulence of his mansion. As the chapter comes to a close, it is clear that Gatsby's romantic pursuit of Daisy is central to his identity and his relentless pursuit of the American dream. Chapter 6. Chapter 6 delves into Gatsby's past and his ascent to wealth. Nick learns from Gatsby himself about his humble origins and his determination to rise above his circumstances. Gatsby was born into a poor farming family in North Dakota and was driven by an insatiable ambition to achieve greatness. To attain wealth and social status, Gatsby engaged in various illegal activities, associating with bootleggers, and participating in organized crime. He moved to New York City, where he met Dan Cody, a wealthy copper magnate, who served as Gatsby's mentor and introduced him to a world of luxury and extravagance. Despite his newfound wealth, Gatsby remained dissatisfied without Daisy by his side. His relentless pursuit of her love was fueled by his desire to recapture the happiness and innocence they shared in their earlier years. Gatsby's longing for a perfect past pushes him to create an illusion of success and opulence, hoping to win Daisy's heart and rewrite their history. As the chapter concludes, it becomes apparent that Gatsby's lavish lifestyle and extravagant parties are merely a facade to attract Daisy's attention and convince her of his suitability as a romantic partner. Chapter 7. Chapter 7 marks a turning point in the story as tensions and conflicts escalate among the main characters. Gatsby's extravagant parties begin to lose their charm, and his dream of reuniting with Daisy becomes increasingly complicated. Tom Buchanan becomes suspicious of Gatsby's wealth and starts investigating his background. To add to the turmoil, Gatsby insists that Daisy confess her love for Tom and tell him that she never loved him. This plan backfires, as Daisy cannot bring herself to say those words, leading to a confrontation between Gatsby and Tom. Gatsby's hope of winning Daisy's heart begins to crumble as his dream collides with the harsh realities of their respective lives. Amidst the mounting tensions, Tom reveals Gatsby's involvement in illegal activities, exposing his criminal connections and undermining his credibility. Daisy, overwhelmed by the conflict between the two men and the shattered illusions surrounding Gatsby's persona, retreats into her privileged world, unsure of which path to choose. Chapter 8. Chapter 8 takes place in the aftermath of the confrontation between Gatsby and Tom. The once vibrant atmosphere of Gatsby's mansion now feels desolate and abandoned. Nick tries to offer Gatsby support and consolation, but finds himself increasingly isolated from his friend's tumultuous world. As the summer comes to a close, Nick learns about Gatsby's past from his father, Henry Gatz, who arrives for his son's funeral. Gatsby's humble origins and his unwavering ambition are highlighted once again, but now they serve as a stark contrast to his tragic end. Nick reflects on the emptiness and disillusionment that pervade the lives of those involved in Gatsby's story. Chapter 9. The final chapter of the book explores the aftermath of Gatsby's death. Nick finds himself disillusioned with the wealthy and privileged class he once aspired to be a part of. He breaks ties with Jordan Baker and reflects on the moral decay and superficiality that characterized the lives of those around him. Nick narrates the end of Gatsby's story with a poignant reflection on the impossibility of recapturing the past and the fleeting nature of the American dream. Gatsby's obsession with a dream that could never truly be fulfilled serves as a cautionary tale about the pursuit of wealth, status, and unattainable romantic ideals. Summary: The Great Gatsby tells the story of Jay Gatsby's pursuit of the American dream and his obsessive love for Daisy Buchanan. Set against the backdrop of the 1920s, the novel explores themes of wealth, class, illusion, and the corruption of the American dream. Through vivid characters and evocative descriptions, F. Scott Fitzgerald critiques the superficiality and moral decay of the Jazz Age society. The book highlights the destructive nature of unrestrained ambition and the tragic consequences of pursuing unattainable ideals. Gatsby's relentless pursuit of wealth and love, ultimately leads to his downfall, exposing the emptiness and fleeting nature of the American dream. The Great Gatsby remains an important work in society and culture, offering profound insights into the human condition and the corrupting influence of materialism. It continues to resonate with readers, serving as a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of pursuing superficial dreams and the need for genuine connections and values in a world driven by excess and illusion.